Hello, it's me, Kiana. I want to do a 2023 wrap up of all the books that I've read in 2023. It's a really impromptu thing. I just decided I was going to do this, and that's why we're here. So let me go. I'm going to go on Goodreads and I'm going to pull up all my 2023 reads. Let's go. Let's go back. We start from the first one. And this is my 2023 wrap up. It's going to be good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, maybe not the bad because I don't usually when I when a book is going bad, I DNF it and I don't usually post it. Let's see. Okay. Give me just a few more minutes and then we'll get started. Okay. How's y'all Sundays going? Just getting mine started. So far it's good. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get started. Okay. Okay. All right, let's go with the first book. Okay. All right, the first thing I read was Finley Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead. That's number 2 in the Finley Donovan series. I gave Finley Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead 4 stars. Thought it was cute. I wanted to, I liked where it was going. I wanted to hear more about Vero in her life and everything like that. And then so I did read Finley Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead. That was number 2. Um, then I also the second book I read was Unprotected by Billy Porter. Billy Porter is an actor. I know he does a lot of stuff on Broadway as well. A singer. He was on Pose. Um, and I thought his memoir was just great. I like to read memoirs. I gave it 5 stars. I don't have a copy of it because I got it from the library. And Finley Donovan too. I read that. That was an audiobook, so I don't have those. Okay. Mhm. Then oh I read the first one too. Yeah, hold on. Let's see. Then I read Crave. Let me get that because it's on my shelf. Hold on. Okay. Let me pick that up. Excuse me. Hope I don't show up business. Crave was the first one. I already have it. Alright. Okay. So Crave. Let me see. I read the first one. Okay. Okay. Here's Crave. Okay, so it's about a woman named Sky, and she becomes a professor, and then she moves to this little small mountain town, and then she meets the members of a boy band that she used to love back in the day, and I think the band called Crave. It was, boy band, and then she's like attracted to all of them, and they decide that they're going. One is married, and then she decides that all of them decide that they all want to like have a relationship with her. So it's a reverse harem, and she's with three of the guys. So of course it's spicy. I loved it. I thought it was great. Yeah. So that's Crave by Shay Sanders. Did you read that? Let me know what you think. That was Crave. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. And then the next book I read was Marriage. No, wait. I skipped over this one. Marriage Be Hard 12 Conversations to Keep You Laughing, Loving, and Learning Your Partner by Kevin Fredericks. You guys might know him as Kev on Stage. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna pull it up right here. He wrote this book with his wife. They were high school sweethearts. They're still married. Um, I am married too. I don't have any like relationship issues right now or anything. But I like Kev on Stage. I like to support them. Let me pull up. Will it show me? Okay, hold on. I don't know. Okay, if you can see it. Marriage, Kev on Stage, and his wife Melissa. So I thought it was pretty good. Being that I do like watch his content, some of the stories that he talked about I already heard before, but it was a good book. I think what did I give it? 5 stars. I gave it 5 stars. you know okay, so then I read Crave. The next book I read was Kindred by Octavia Butler. They've since adapted it into a show, and it's a apocalyptic, what is it called, dystopian novel written by Octavia Butler. No, wait, no, it's not. I'm sorry, I'm getting that mixed up with the other book. Kindred is the one where it was a woman named Dana, and she went back in time. She was being transported back into like slavery times. It was a hard read. I gave it 5 stars, but I don't think I want to continue because I get like sensitive about certain things that happened in the book, and it was a lot for me. So I probably won't continue on with Kendrick. Then I read a children's book. Oh, and let me pull up Kindred so you can see it. The show was okay. They did deviate, of course, from like in the book. In the book, she was already married, um, but of course, in the show, like they were dating. But there's Kindred. Okay. Mm. Then I read. What did I read next? I read. It's called "You Are Ready. The World Is Waiting" by Eric Carle. Eric Carle, you guys know, he wrote like The Hungry Caterpillar. Was it The Very Hungry Caterpillar? Um, and stuff like that. He passed a few years ago. It was, it's a kid's book. I don't think I rated this one. Hold on. Yeah, I didn't rate this one. Um, it's not in here, so I can't show you a picture of it. But that was You Are Ready, children's book. It was kind of cute. Then I read Scenes from My Life, a memoir by Michael K. Williams. He what he was in The Wire, but I didn't see The Wire, so let's see. And then he was, hold on, let me pull it up. He was in Ireland. I've seen him in Lovecraft Country. Okay, let's see. And his memoir was good. He recently passed though. He I believe he didn't really talk too much about his relationship. I believe he was queer, but he didn't really say a lot about his relationships. Scenes from my life, Michael K. Williams. I wish it would have went more into his relationships. He talked about people who inspired him, and then people who became friends with. He was friends with Queen Latifah. But he was a dancer, an actor. This book was good. I gave it 5 stars. Like I said, I wish it would have went more into like his relationship. Um, you know, more into things about his relationship. But let me see. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And then the next book I read, it was called Parker Looks Up, An Extraordinary Moment. So Parker, this is a children's book. This is a little girl, and her mom took her to, what was it? Is it the Smithsonian? I don't, I'm sorry, Washington, D.C.'s National Portrait Gallery, where I guess they have all the portraits of all the maybe the presidents, and they were unveiling Michelle Obama's portrait, and she looked up and she was just in awe of Michelle Obama's portrait, and just looking at her like, oh, she looks like me. And mom wrote a book about it. Here it is. Parker Looks Up, An Extraordinary Moment. It was very, very cute. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I guess her mom did more. Parker Looks Up. I can't pull up the covers because I don't own the books. I got them from the library, so, you know, that's why I can't pull it up. Okay, the next one I read was I'll Be Going in the Dark, One Woman's Obsessive Search for the Golden State Killer by Michelle McNamara. Uh, this one was really good. Michelle McNamara, she wanted to find the Golden State Killer, which before they called him the Golden State Killer, they were calling him the East Area Rapist. And she became obsessed because a girl that she became like kind of obsessed with like true crime, and she wanted to find out who this man was. She grew up. She had been following the story. She grew up. She married Patton Oswalt, an actor. He was King of Queens. I can't think of what else he was, but they were married. And she started writing this book, and she was so close. She was working with detectives. She's not a cop on her own. It was just her mission to find who the Golden State Killer was. Um, and sadly, she passed away before they found out who it was. But they did find out who it was because he drew. Hey, Alyssa's, how you doing? Um, they found out who the East Area Rapist was because I believe someone in his family who was like related to him did a DNA match, and they successfully linked it to like, they narrowed it down to like 6 people, and they found out who it was. But it was really good. I'm so sad. And then Patton finished the book for her. So this was let me pull it. It's called I'll Be Going in the Dark. Wait, I'll just put it up on my phone. I'll Be Going in the Dark. One Woman's Obsessive Search for the Golden State Killer by Michelle McNamara. I gave it 5 stars, and I'm glad they found him. And they caught the guy, and he's in jail. I think he ended up, how many people did he end up killing? I don't remember. It was a lot, but this was the Golden State Killer. Okay. Then the next book I read was My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom. Um, this was a girl, and she is a manga, and she got caught up. She got pulled into. Well, I think she died, and she got pulled into like reincarnated into like a character as like in this video game kind of. But I didn't continue on with it. It was just kind of it wasn't foreign to me. I mean, it wasn't enough to keep me interested. I'm doing a wrap up of my 2023 reads. So we're going to talk about the good and the bad. Well, like I said, we're not really going to talk about the bad because if the book is not going too good, I don't finish it. Is Sakai? Is that how you say it? Is that the name of the game? I forgot. I just didn't continue. I didn't continue with it. But okay. All right, I'm gonna be controversial. So then I read Amari and the Night Brothers. Um, it's Amari and the Night Brothers. You guys know this. I gave it 4 stars. It was okay. I mean, I sorry, I didn't love it. It was all right. I haven't read the second one. I know people love it. Cover is beautiful, gorgeous, black girl. Her brother went missing. Her brother's name is Quentin. He went missing. People believe that he's dead. Oh, that's the name of the genre. Oh, okay. I hope I'm saying that right. Isekai is the name of the genre where you are reincarnated into a game. Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Well, that's what happened to her. And I just continue. But yeah, Amari and Night Brother. His brother went missing. Everyone believes he's dead, but she believes he's still alive. He becomes into she later is given an invitation to this special school, and she finds out like that she's like a wizard or just and she goes to the school and learns there's like a magic competition. She's still trying, and she wants to find out what happened to her brother. um and I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it was cute. I don't know, I might read the second one, I don't know. Then I read We Are Never Meeting in Real Life by Samantha Irby. She is a writer. I know she writes on TV shows. I like her sense of humor. She's kind of quirky. She has kind of like, what is this, self-deprecating humor, and she'll say what kind of like how trash she is as a person, but I like it. She talks about how with this her dating. I think this was when she was dating. Um, she is lesbian. She's in a relationship now. I think she's married now. But I found it funny. I like her writing. I mean, I like it. It was good to me. And I have another. I think I have another book of hers. We Are Never Meeting in Real Life. So that was that. The next book I read, and that's by Samantha Irby. Okay, then I read Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. I listened to it, so I don't have the copy of it. It was good. I gave it 5 stars. It was really good. Let me tell you about my rating system. 5 stars means like I loved it. I will read it. I will definitely read it again. 4 stars means I really, really liked it. But there may have been something going on that I didn't just some kind of thing in it that makes me not want to pick it up or go again. But I really liked it, but I don't need to continue. But I gave this 4 stars. It's a second chance romance. Um, the characters, oh my God, I forgot her name. Yasmin and Josiah, they are, they've been like separated, divorced for a little while. And then, there's something happened that in their past that they're both just trying to get over. And then, but they're co-parenting the best they can. The thing I didn't like about this one was, and this has been a thing I've been noticing, So a lot of times when there's a teenage girl as a character in the book, they make her really like bratty and insufferable. And I'm just like, and she'll be like really spoiled and entitled and just, I don't like when they do that to the young girls. And it's not, it's like they don't do that to the boys. They don't make them all lazy. They just make these girls just intolerable. And it's not okay. I don't like it. But yeah, that was the next one. And then what did I read? Okay, so then I read By the Book by Jasmine Guillory. Now this one was just okay to me. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and Jasmine works at, I believe, at this publishing house, and they're trying to get this guy named Bo. I guess he's like a nepo baby. He's like his parents were like producers or something, and they're trying to get him to write a memoir because he became like a bad boy, a party boy, whatever. And so they're trying to get him to write his memoir. But he's like self-secluded in his mansion. So her boss sends her out. I said it right. Okay. Her boss sends her to California, Santa Barbara, to go talk to him to get him to finish up this memoir because he's been like stalling and not writing and stuff. So she went to go, hey Paco. She went to go to help him to finish up this book. Somebody described it as spicy. There was no spice in this. It was closed door. It was just okay. I'm reading the first one because it's a whole series of like the Disney princess retelling. So I'm reading If the Shoe Fits right now by Julie Murphy. I like that better. Um, it's not a bad read. Wait, it's not a bad read. You have it. I have it checked out, but I haven't read it. I've had it for 2 months. It was cute. There was like really cute like shout outs to Disney. Like she likes this show called This Provincial Life. So it was like some cute little shout outs. But I'm reading If the Shoe Fits now. I like it better than this one. But it's okay. It's not enough. It's enough to make me keep going. All right, so I'm gonna keep going with the series because I like what they're doing. But I think Jasmine's was okay. So I gave it 3 stars. Then I read Anti-Racist Baby. Let me see. You read the first one, Paco? Did you like it? Did you like If the Shoe Fits? I'm reading that now. So let me see. You say you want to read. You want to read 3. Who's the author for 3? Who's the author for the third one? Hold on, because I'm gonna keep going. Who's the author for the third one? She wrote the oh gosh. Inheritance of I have that book. Zoraida Cordova. I have that book. Not this book, but I have her other book. And I do okay. Yeah, I'm gonna continue because that must be the Little Mermaid one. But I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue with that. So okay, let me see. Um yeah. Okay, what were we talking about? Oh, anti-racist baby. I want to see why they were banning it in certain places. No reason to ban it. It's not saying anything controversial, like just don't be racist. Like people are different. It's a kid's book. It's just no reason for them to race to I might have it close because it's like red. It's somewhere up here. I just don't feel like getting up because I'm old. Love her. Okay, I need to get. Do you see all these books over here that I need to get to? That I have to read. Oh, there it is, right there. I hit my butt. Hold on, my butt's in the way. Let me get it. And her covers are cute. Okay. Whew. Now I'm old. Please forgive me. I hope I don't flash my light. Yep. Look at that cover. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, come through. I still haven't read this. But I'm going to. Okay, let's see. All right. And then what did I read next? Okay. Let's see. Like I said, anti-racist baby. No reason to ban this. Just people just want to be a-holes. I didn't rate it though. Then I read the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. I find that people either love or hate Grady Hendrix. Um, hey, MJ's here. Yeah, you'll have to read. Yeah, read it soon. Hey. Okay, let me see. I should do what? I should probably. Oh, I should read this soon. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna bump it up. I'm gonna bump it up. I want to. It's not even that. I don't even think it's. Oh, 300 pages. 322. I'm gonna. Okay, I'll bump it up. Okay. All right. I'm just doing a 2023 wrap up. Okay. Okay. So I read the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I don't own it. I got it from the library. I I I also have read the Final Girl Support Group. I like Grady Hendrix. I mean, he's got some wild ideas. This one was okay, but his vampire, he wasn't like what I thought. I don't know. It wasn't like my idea of a vampire, and it was what did I give it? I gave it 5 stars. I gave it 5 stars. You know, this guy comes to town and children are becoming missing. It's set back in the 80s. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. Let me see. So I like Grady Hendrix. Then I read Barracoon by Zora Neale Hurston, the story of the last black cargo. She had an interview with this man who was like the last living slave. I listened to it. It's very short. It was good. It was good. He was talking about how when he grew up, his name was Cujo, and he grew up, I think it was the same people. I think he was with the same people. Remember the movie, the what is her name? What is it called with Viola Davis, the Queen? Oh my God, where she was the warrior. Oh my God, what is the name of it? Well, I think it was the same place that he was like the same kind of people, but he was just talking about his experience and him being like the last living slave at that time. It was good. I gave it 5 stars. And then I read The Book Woman of Troublesome Creek. Yeah, okay, take my time. You said just take my time with it. Take my time with this one or with something else. Let me know. Okay. Hello. Yeah, we're all just chilling here on a Sunday. I was trying to, it was an impromptu sprint. I was trying not to infringe on any other person's time. So I was just like, oh, there's an open window. So I decided to just jump on. All right. Happy Sunday. Oh, you meant to read Barracoon. It was good. It was good. You should read it. He talks about him and his life and when he got married and just, it was really good. Then I read this one, The Book Women of Troublesome Creek. I really liked this one. It's by, what's her name? Kim Michelle Robinson. I listened to it. It's a woman, and she was, I think, Appalachian. And she had this not illness. Her skin was blue. She was a blue person. And it's because let me see, her name her name was Cussie Carter. She was 19. She was one of the last living female of oh my God, rare blue people ancestry. She was an Appalachian woman, and she joined this place called the Pack Horse Library Project, where they would be bringing books to people in the Appalachians, and and people were discriminating because she was blue. And I find out that it was really a thing. There really were blue people, and it was because of something going on with their blood and everything. But she was being discriminated against, and she was just trying to bring books to the people. It was really good. And she had been living with her father. He had married her off to this guy, because that's what you did when you were in the 1800s. You had to be married to somebody to take care of you. And so it was just her life. So she was working on the Pack Horse Library, and it was really good. I gave it 5 stars, and I read the second one too. Then I read Let It Grow, another children's book. It was cute. I don't really remember too much about it, but I didn't rate it. It was okay. Oh, then I read this one, Ice Cream Man. It was a manga. Okay, I don't know, but hope I can see that. It was a manga, and I read volume one, and there was this ice. It's like a horror. Okay, it says it was weird. It was all these little brief stories, and this guy was it was kind of like it was like a Twilight Zone or something, but he was an ice cream man, and he was essentially giving you what you want to hear. Oh, you're gonna shout me out today? Thank you. Thank you. I know my subscribers went up because I was not in your live, but I was at your live, and then some people subscribed to me. So thank you for that. Oh, thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. And you said, take my time with, okay, okay, all right, I got it. I'll probably read that in February because maybe it'll be like a slower month. I know that's Black History Month. Don't worry, I have plenty of Black History people to get to, but I'm gonna read that in February. Okay, stay tuned. All right, cool. All right, let me see. And if you guys have read any of these books, just let me know. Yeah, so he was I don't want to give too much away, but it was different little stories. I will continue probably with this, but I have to get it from the library. I forgot I read it, but it was good. So yeah, definitely. I think I heard about this from Ashley at Bookish Realm, but yeah, I heard about it on one of her videos. And then this one, this year I got into my erotica bag. I listened to this. It's called "Take It" by Shay Sanders. It was this lady, and she worked at this company, and her boss was like this. She was black too. He was black, this like nerdy kind of guy, but she like had a crush on him, and she ended up hooking up with the boss, and it was really sexy. And yeah, it was short. This was good. This is good. This is Take It on the Clock, #1. I think I got that on KU, so that's why I don't have it. But yeah, I like Shay Sanders. She writes really good. She writes really good spice. Shay Sanders, but it's hard to find her books because I think she's probably self-published or something. It's hard to find her books because they're not like in the library. They're on KU, but it's hard to find them. Then I read this, Someday Maybe, by by thank you so thank you, MJ. Let me see. And then oh, hey Courtney. This was the next book I read, Someday Maybe, by Onyi Nwabaneli. Okay, I think that's how you say it. This woman, her husband unalived himself, and he didn't like leave a note or anything, but it was just her going through her process of grief. Okay, now I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna sound like I'm being an asshole or something, but while she was going through her grief, her whole family was trying to like help her get over it. And yes, it was very unexpected. He was young, they were both young, but it was like she didn't do anything to pull herself out of her grief. Like it was like she just wanted to just wallow in it, and that's okay for a time, but you have to keep moving, you have to keep going with your life. And the husband didn't leave a note or anything, so they were grappling with that. She was dealing with his mother because the man came from money. You had a busy day at work. Oh, enjoy your lunch. Enjoy your lunch. I haven't even eaten breakfast yet. It's 11:51. I just woke up and I haven't eaten breakfast, Courtney. But yeah, she didn't pull herself out of her group. Her parents even made her go to like the support group. I gave it 3 stars because it was okay, but I just want for people. It's like I can't help you if you don't try and help yourself, and I know that's a very traumatic things. I've had traumatic things happen in my past too, but you gotta keep living, you know. Okay, all right. Well, thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna check out yours when I get done. Okay, all right. Let me see. Everybody saying their hellos. So I gave that one 3 stars. Okay, then I read Priest. Oh, you guys know I gave this 5 stars. Priest. I loved it. I will never look at holy oil the same way. Yeah, some people need a catalyst to help themselves. Yes, but her whole family was trying to like they she had a big support group. Her best friend was there. She had, people that were like trying to help her actively, and she just towards the end she started, living her life. Something happens, I can't tell you, but I don't know. It was maybe if you I don't know, I just like if you're grieving, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like they were trying to help her. But then I don't know. I love Priest. Tyler Bell. Um yeah. That Bell family, whew, they all could get they all could get I'm trying to see what's up with the daddy. Yeah. I'm trying to see what's up with the daddy. Wait, what? Father Bill like wait, what? What? I didn't see that part. No. So then I read we're gonna come back to the Priest series. Then I read another Shay Sanders book. This one was called Happy Hour Ho. Happy Hour Ho. This was number 2. And this girl she had just got out of this relationship with this guy. She's feeling kind of self-conscious. And they were like at a bar. And so I guess it was a bar like that her whole people her whole company, they all went to this happy hour, and there was this guy there who had been sleeping around with all the people at this company, and they were like, you know what, to get over your heartbreak, you need to go get with that guy because you need to go hook up with him. And so she does kind of hook up with him, but he's like looking at her like, oh, you kind of, you like a little quirky, I don't, he's like, I don't want to just hook up with you, I want some more. So then they end up in a relationship. But yeah, it was sexy. It was sexy. Happy Hour Ho, Shay Sanders. And it was short too. So I got that on KU. I gave that 4 stars. Okay. Oh wait. Then I read Cicely Tyson, Just As I Am. I listened to it. Phenomenal. 5 stars. I mean, her life. I did not know she was married to Miles Davis, and it made me want to read his book. And then she was talking about, Diane Carroll and just all her friends in the industry. And did you guys know? Oh, did you guys know Cicely Tyson was a teen mom? I did not know that. But yeah, she's just talking about, how she was in her acting bag, and it was good. Then I read this one. So 5 stars, yes. Read Cicely Tyson book. Let me see. All right, let's see. Let me see. Wait, she yeah. Wait, Father Bell. He said it. He liked. I didn't know that. Maybe I need to read it again because I didn't catch that part. Hi, Pat. How you doing? Let me see. Okay. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, you still got to do some work. Well, I understand. I mean, come back if you can. Watch the replay. But have a good day at work. Don't let them stress you out. Don't let them people drive you crazy. Hey, Courtney. Hey, let me see. Back in the day. Yeah, they was having back in the day. And in Black Hollywood, I mean Black Hollywood now it's not that big, but even back then it was less big. So they was all messing with everybody. So yeah, because it was all clustered in. So yeah. Then I read this one. It's called Billionaire for the Night. This woman and her billionaire boss, black lady. The boss is white. He had invited her to some event, and they went and they hooked up. It was a erotica. It was really short. I gave it 2 stars because he was fat shaming one of the characters, and I didn't like that because he could have just been like, I'm not it, because he was like supposed to be real fine, and he was a billionaire, so everybody's trying to get at him. And this one lady was just like, she really liked him, and he was just like, he was talking about how big she was and stuff, and I didn't like that, so I gave it 2 stars. And then and then they hooked up. He was her boss, and then they just like kind of put that into a relationship or something. It was, I didn't have 2 stars, but the spice was good, so that was good. Um, I got that as a free book. Then I listened to my girl, Donnie Parton, Songteller, My Life in Lyrics. In this, she was talking about how she was inspired to write some of her songs and stuff. And this is what I like about Dolly, okay? Miss Dolly, she did not forget where she came from. She tells stories for her people that she like grew up with and everything like that. And she does not let money you know she, she's so down to earth. And she talks about, you guys know how she wrote Jolene, right? Jolene was based off this bank teller that was kind of like flirting with her husband at the bank. And she was just like kind of kept that in mind, right? And then you said two star erotica, not with there's better erotica. I think I got that as one of them free books. But I didn't like the fat shaming, and then I didn't like that. And but otherwise it was good. But she okay, so her husband, I guess this bank teller was flirting with her, right? With her husband, and that's where it came from. And then she got the name because she was like at a concert or something. She met this little girl and she said, "What's your name?" She said, "My name's Jolene." And so she was like, "Jolene, I like that song." And that's why she named it Jolene. The woman at the bank was not named Jolene. She just liked the name, but there was a woman at the bank that was flirting with her husband. But yeah, and I see the TikTok, and this guy said, "I want to see what Jolene looked like, because Dolly Parton, she looks good now, but back in the day, she looked really good." And he was like, "I need to see the woman that had Dolly Parton scared that she was gonna take her man, because what did she look like?" And I was like, "That is a good point." I never thought about it like that. And it was like, she told you what she looked like: flaming locks of auburn hair, ivory skin, and eyes of emerald green. They was like, she must have been a baddie if she had Dolly shit. But yeah, I want to see. I want to see. Anybody know what this lady looked like? Let us know. So then I read Ice Planet Barbarians. I can't get it right. This was the first Ice Planet Barbarians. Now I'm gonna talk about all the Ice Planet Barbarians really quick. Okay, this was the first one. Gave the first one 4 stars. I've read 9 of the Ice Planet Barbarian books so far, and then I've read all the novellas in between. And the one I own, of course, the only one I own is number 5. This is Tiffany, because she's the black one. This is the one that I bought. And so the 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 premise of the Ice Planet Barbarians is the same. First off, they get kidnapped by some other aliens. They get kidnapped by these aliens. We assume the purposes is for sexual slavery or something, or to be sold on the black market. We don't really know yet why, but they were kidnapped, and then they crash landed on this icy planet that they call Not Hoth. I think that has to do with Star Wars or something. But that's what they find out. There's these other people have ended up on this planet as well. God, these people, the Sakui, and they've been here for like 300 years. So they have to, in order to survive being on this planet, they have to have a parasite inserted into their bodies for them to be able to tolerate living on this planet. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you think you read it? You probably did. You probably did, but it was really short. But they have to get this parasite in order for them. Isn't it? No, I got this one at Barnes and Noble, and so this is the only one that Target doesn't have. Of course, because why would they have the one black one? Of course. But I did like how in her book all aliens wanted her, and because she was beautiful, and she was talented. Like she was trying to make plants grow and everything. And they said like everything that she did, she kind of was able to do. Like everything she wanted to do, she was able to like figure it out. And the women, the other women on the planet, they also say she's beautiful. And it didn't feel like fetishization. It wasn't like they weren't saying, oh, her chocolate skin or anything. They weren't saying nothing like that. But they all liked her, you know. And she was one of the last women to be mated with an alien. Okay, so anyways, they get this parasite, and the parasite, they need it to live, but also what the parasite does is it matches you with another person that you're supposed to that's supposed to be your mate, and you're supposed to have babies with them. And so you get with that person, and it's called resonance, and that's your mate, like that's your person. And so she was one of the last people to become resonated. So all the stories are essentially the same. It's how these two people, they resonate with each other. And the spice, I like it. I'm still trying to figure out their anatomy. I don't really understand the anatomy because they have a spur somewhere, and they have let's just say the aliens are well endowed. So I'm trying to figure out where the spur is, but apparently it works, and these women are getting pregnant. They're getting their mates, and so I will continue with Ice Planet series. There's like 20 something of these books, and then it spins off into something else. But I'm on book 10, and so I'm gonna continue with that. But yeah, I really enjoyed being in that world. Um, then I read Just Like Magic by Sarah Hogel. It was cute. It was like this girl, she was like a social media girl or something, and her mom was like, her grandma was a famous actress back in the day. And she didn't have like good Christmas. She was not a great person. She didn't have good Christmas spirit. And then Christmas spirit shows up, and it's like taking her back to be with her, to her hometown, and getting her into to racism is an earth construct. It has to be, because all, oh, and I forgot to mention the blue aliens, the Sakui, they don't have a lot of females left. So they were like, oh shoot, it's women here, and we can, our lineage can continue, we can have mates. And so they were like, oh, okay, cool, this is another chance for us to have families. So they were not, I mean, they noticed differences, of course. We don't have tails and stuff like that, but they're not. You know what? You're right. Erotica does always make the guys well endowed. They never be like, oh, but I'm gonna work with it. Like, they'll never do that. Yeah, I never noticed, and they always be fine too. It's like it'll be two guys, and they both fine, and they both like that. And I'm sorry, priest, and it's three brothers, and all the brothers is fine. Okay, but all right. Oh, the spur. Oh, it's right there. Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Well, these girls is like, I'm down for a challenge. I would like to see it. But this one was cute. I gave it 3 stars. It's cute. Cute little holiday Christmas moments. Okay. Another Ice Planet Barbarians. That was number 2. Liz and Rahush. They're okay. I didn't like Liz at first, but she's coming around. Let me see what this one said. In my current book, The Lady Climbs. He isn't. What? So he long and girthy? Come on. Where do you find that? See, it's women writing these books, because ain't no way. Because how you gonna? It's either one or the other. What's the spur for? Apparently, the spur is for her pleasure. You can't stand Liz. I see. I didn't like Liz at first, but because she was annoying. Yeah, but she's kind of growing on me now in the later books. But at first, I did not like her. Yep, exactly. It's for her pleasure. I would like to see it. Then I read Indigo by Beverly Jenkins. Can I tell y'all that this book was so damn good. This let me tell you how good Indigo was, because it's a historical romance, and it was a guy, a woman, and she saved this. It was like Underground Railroad, and she saved this guy named Black Daniel, and she kind of like nursed him out to back to health, and they ended up getting together. But Indigo was so damn good, I gave it 5 stars that I bought Rebel, Nighthawk, To Catch a Raven. Oh my god, what else? I think I got Vivid. Oh, ooh, Topaz. Now this one, I wanted to get this cover specifically. I was hunting this this cover down because it's so beautiful. Because the cover that they had, it was not good on here, and I wanted that one. But this was so damn good. And Beverly Jenkins, she's a romance writer. She is so. I've seen interviews with her. She's so funny, and they were like, she does not get the credit that she deserves. And you can't even find her books in Barnes and Noble unless you order them. And it's really a injustice. No, it doesn't vibrate, unfortunately. But I don't think it needs to. I don't think it needs to. And it's so funny because like they all this spur, and like when the women are like, "Ooh, what's that?" And then they'll like touch it, and the guys is like, "Oh, okay." The yeah. Oh, what vibrates is when they resonate, their chest vibrates. It's like because the cootie, they call it, the girls call it the cootie. The parasite vibrates, and that's what makes the resonance. So their chest, uh, um, their yeah, like I said, their whole body vibrates. Yeah. You said sign you up for a blue man, and they're like 7 feet tall. They said the guy in the second book, Ahako, they described him as being like wrist to forearm and the size of a baseball bat. Like what? Okay. Oh, hi, Coda. Hi. I know you're probably gonna be on looking at MJ's, but thank you for stopping by. I'm just doing the 2023 wrap up. Let me see. You like the other cover? You have Topaz. You like the other cover. You might collect all the versions. The original Indigo, 600. Oh no, no, no. I get my I got them off thrift books, and I don't pay a lot. But let me find the I'm gonna find the cover for Topaz that I didn't want because I wanted the book, but I haven't even read the rest of her books. But I'm going to. But okay, it's showing me. Let me see if I can find. This is the cover that was on. Hold on. This is the cover that was on like Amazon and stuff. This is the one I didn't want. I just I don't know. I thought that one was gorgeous, and that's the one I was waiting for. And I was like, I'm not gonna buy it. And then I found somebody posted it on Thrift Books, and I got it. And I was like, yeah. And I haven't even read those, but Indigo was so good that I was like, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, I love thrift books. Let me tell you, one year my husband got me a $50 gift card for thrift books, and I got so many books. And then they'll give you a free book if you after you spend so much on there. And I found so many books on thrift books. It is crazy. But yeah, I love thrift books. Hold on, let me go back. Yeah, let's see. Read. Okay, let me see. Said I want to talk about this baseball. All right, yes. I'll check your sprints out when you go on. Yeah, I don't know how she handled that. Yeah, they keep resonating until they're pregnant because the resonance is supposed to be like, we need babies. We need you to and then once they are pregnant, you can resonate after that, but it's kind of like slight, but it's not like a rush because you fulfilled it, you're pregnant. And so, and I want to apologize. Okay, trigger warning though. If I was like recommending um Planet Barbarians, and I wasn't thinking about people who may be like struggling with maybe child loss or infertility or something. And so, trigger warning, if pregnancy, for some people, it can be a trigger. So, just know that if you go into Ice Planet Barbarians, their goal is to like procreate and make their species. And so, just know that going in, and I hope that I haven't like offended anybody with my hype of them, because I enjoyed it, and so if that's the thing that you want to be careful for. Let me see. Oh, thank you. Not ramming, just touch it lightly, just circle it, touch it. You get so many free books. Yeah, I get a lot of free books on thrift books too. I've been on a while, and this year I'm trying. I got all these books back here I have to read because I need to stop buying books, and that's what I'm going to work on. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, I read this many books. This is crazy. Okay, so what was I talking about? Let me go back. What's that? Okay, jeez. Okay. All right, Indigo, really good. Then I read Finley Donovan #3. Well, that how'd that come up there? I read Finley Donovan #3. It was cute. The thing about Finley Donovan, and I'm going to tell you, so Finley Donovan, she was a mom. She was divorced from her husband. She has two small kids. The thing about Finley Donovan is, she is a writer, and she was talking to her agent in Panera Bread, and they were talking about her next book. And the woman overheard them and thought she was like a hit woman, and like tried to hire her to kill her husband for like so. But she was just talking about the plot of her book, and so shenanigans ensue, and she like accidentally kills this man, right? And so she becomes like an accidental hit woman, and it was really good. The thing is, you have to take it for what it is. It's just it's like a palate cleanser, the Finley Donovan books, because in reality Finley would have been caught a long time ago, but now she's on her third book. Let me see. You usually get all your classical. eBay is another good one. I had bought a mystery book box on eBay. It was like 10 romance books, I think, for like $20, and that's where some of these books came from. Um, like maybe this one, I can't remember, but some of these books, this one, I got a mystery book box, and it was like 20 books. I didn't know what they were, and it was like, I don't know, $20, and yeah, I did that. But yeah, you can also pick what books you want to, of course, if someone's selling them. But yeah, eBay is good for that. But yeah, Finley would have been caught a long time ago, but they're fun. Then I read Sinner, which is Sierra Simone. This is the second book. This is Sean Bell. Now let me tell you, Sean is my favorite. Sean get with a black girl. Okay? So Sean gives to a Zenny. And you know that game, F Mary Kill? Okay, so there's three Bell brothers. There's Tyler, there's Sean, and then there's Aiden. Aiden is in the next book. I'd say F Tyler, Mary Sean, kill Aiden. But I don't want to kill Aiden, but that's where I would go with it. But Sean, whew, whew, whew. Okay. Again, and they did something with the oil. Yeah. Yeah. Sinner was my favorite too. It was my favorite. And then he actually, there was like a racist thing that happened, and he was ready to squab. Like he was ready to fight on her honor. And I thought it was fabulous. The thing I did have a little issue with was Zenny was like just turning 21, and it was like, okay, Zenny is his best friend's little sister. So I was like he knew her as a child, and he didn't see her for like all these years. And then when he saw her again, she was 21, and I was like, hmm, usually I have an issue with that when they're, but I was willing to overlook it. Then I read Horror Story by Grady Hendrix. This is the one. This book, I got this from the library, and it is like built like a IKEA catalog. And so basically, what happens is that there's something going on at this. It's called Orsk Furniture. It's a store that's essentially IKEA, and something happens. There, things are getting broken. The furniture is getting stuff, and so they want to know what's going on. Is someone who's damaging the furniture and everything? So the manager like assembles this crew to stay in the store overnight to see what's going on. And the ending just kind of had me kind of confused because I didn't really get what happened. But look real close. If you look, oh my god, uh, uh went way back. Oh my god. I don't know. Look at the cover. It's called Horror Store. Look at it, and you can see like it's like scary pictures on the wall. If you look at that. Okay, let's go back. Oh, got a lot more to get through. Okay, then after I read Horror Store, what did I read? I read a lot for me. Okay, then I read Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. I read this in high school. I listened to it. I have it 3 stars. I know that's controversial. People loved it. I women. Let's just say this: women had to go through a lot back in the day. Well, now, but really back in the day, they had to go through a lot. And I'm just going. It put me kind of in the same frame of mind as The Color Purple, although her life wasn't as bad, but it put me in that same frame of mind. Then I read Ice Planet Barbarians #3. This was who was this? Kira and Ihako. This the one with the baseball bat. He was working with some stuff, but he was so good to her. Then I read this one. It's called Lady Killer. It was a cool little manga. It was like a 1950s, 60s housewife, but she's an assassin. And so it was good. I gave it 3 stars, but I don't know. I might continue with it. What was my criticism? It felt like I was dropped in the middle of a story, and I don't like when stuff does that. Like you have to hold my hand in the stories. Okay. Then I read A Merry Little Meet Cute, Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. Julie Murphy is writing wrote If the Shoe Fits. Sierra Simone wrote the Priest series. This was cute. This is cute. This was which one is this? Okay, there's a plus size woman named B Hobbs, and she does this thing called it's kind of like OnlyFans, and she does this thing, and then there's this guy. They're doing like a Hallmark movie, kind of, right? He's supposed to, the guy is supposed to be filming this movie. The main female star in the movie gets hurt in an accident, so B, who has the OnlyFans and she does adult films, she's trying to become a legit actress. And so they hire her to be the female co-star. Um, so then when he meets her, he recognizes her because he's like one of her top subscribers. And so so they do this like Hallmark movie, like, and they fall in love, and it's cute. All right. The Undead Truth of Us by Brittany Lewis. People love this book. This was not what I thought. It's a book about grief. Um, the premise of it was saying how she was seeing zombies. I took that literally, and so this book wasn't what I thought it was, and I didn't rate it. I didn't rate it because it was my misunderstanding, and maybe I should have read more reviews. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Let me see. Oh, you don't like Father Bill? Why? Oh, oh, sorry. Hey, Brandy, how you doing? I'm just doing a recap of my books that I read last year. Ice Planet Barbarians number 4. This one was, who was this? I don't remember. I have no idea. Okay, anyways, I don't know. I gave that one, I can't remember what couple this was, but I gave it 5 stars. Then I read Ice Planet Honeymoon, Kira and Ahako. I gave that 5 stars. Then I read The Fine Print. This was good. Dreamland Billionaires. It's this man, it's a family. It's kind of like Disney, right? And so the patriarch, the grandfather dies who created everything. Let me see. And there's, you loved Undead Truth of Us. Yeah, I don't. I think that was my. I just. It just wasn't. If I had known, kind of, if I had known what it was about before I read it, then I could have been prepared for it. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't. I don't know. I guess maybe I thought it was horror, and so it wasn't what. But yeah, I agree. The marketing could have been better because I was like, "Where are the zombies?" But see, that's why I can't get poetry. That's why I'm not a poetry girl, because I will take things very literal, and I'll be like, I don't, that's me. But yeah, Ice Planet Barbarians. This was a big year for Ice Planet Barbarians. So Fine Print. So the grandfather dies, and he wrote specific things in his will for each of like his 3 grandsons to do. Was it 3? For what his grandsons to do, and this was the first one. The first one, Rowan, what was he supposed to do? I forgot what he was supposed to do, but it was really good. And it was Spice in here. It was Grumpy Sunshine, Spice. It was good. And then I read this one. Now, it was a man called Uva, of course, but I bought the movie one with Tom Hanks. This was so good. Grumpy, it's kind of Grumpy Sunshine because he's an older man and something happened in his life and he gets new neighbors and he develops a friendship with his neighbor and she's Sunshine and just it was a little bit of grief in here and he's coming to terms with that. The movie was good. I cried on the movie. The book was good. I had to go out and finish. I had a hard time getting this from the library, so I went and bought it. And this was the cover that I found because this one was at Costco. So this was the cover that I found. So that's the one I got, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars, and it made me want to read more Frederick Bachman. Then I read this one, Choosing Theo, an alien romance. This lady, another lady, Jade, she gets kidnapped, taken to this alien planet where she has to select a mate. And now this one, they really on this planet that she's on, they really want the people to be like they want to be. The men have to take marriage classes. They have to be tested. They learn how to cook. They have to provide for their mates, and I was like, yes, sign me up. But and then the women can be like, oh, I don't want to be married to this guy and stuff like that. So this was good. I meant to continue with this, but I haven't had a chance to. So this was Choosing Theo, and it was number 1. Okay, and then I've been going for an hour. I'm good. Then I read IPB 1.5. Look at them blue hands. Uh, that's another novella in between. Then I read Stacey Abrams While Justice Sleeps. This was good. It took me a while to get through this, but I may have to read it again because it's like a suspense, like a thriller. Um, and I don't think I got everything like how it happened. Like I don't think I fully solved the issue. I mean, it got solved, but I think I missed some stuff. So I'm probably gonna have to read this again. But the justice um ended up he had a disease and he ended up falling into a coma and getting sick, and he had got his law clerk to like look into it because it was some shady stuff on the end that he knew she was smart enough to figure out. So this was good. So I gave it 4 stars, but I'm gonna have to read it again. Then I read One Punch Man manga. He is a superhero kind of, and he can knock his villains down with one punch. It was good. I what did I give it? 3 stars maybe. 3 stars. I didn't continue yet, but mhm. I'll go on to. You said that is your favorite. How choosing Theos? Yeah. If I had to be kidnapped and taken to a alien world, um, I like the characters in Ice Planet Barbarians better. Like I like the Sakui aliens as mates, but if I had to go to a different planet, I would want to go to that planet because it wasn't cold. There was other aliens there. They was beautiful, and the men have to cater to the wives. So that's where I would want to go to. And then I read this one. It's a children's book, Grandma's Purse. The little girl was talking about how her grandma had everything in her purse and everything like that. So that one was cute. I gave it 4 stars. Then I got to Blood on the Tracks. When I tell you Blood on the Tracks is a ride, Blood on the Tracks is a ride. The mama, I don't know what her issue is, and I need to find out because she is terrorizing her son. I don't know. The dad is like checked out. I don't know, but she is scary to everybody, and she got some issues, and I need to know what they are. I'm on book 5 or 6 now, but yeah, we need to figure out what that is. Then I read Saint. That's the third Bell brother. This is Aiden. Um, Aiden is bisexual. Aiden is with, is his name Ethan? Ethan, which is Zenny brother. Okay. Sean, Aiden, and Tyler are brothers, right? Tyler's the oldest. Tyler ends up with Poppy. Um, I hope I'm not spoiling this, but you kind of know. Tyler gets with Poppy. Sean gets with Zenny. Aiden is was in the past with Ethan. Zenny and Ethan are brother and sister. So yeah, that's how that works. But it still was good. I liked it. I gave Saint 4 stars. So it was good. Then I wrote Black Nerd Problems. There's these 2 guys who are into manga and like superhero stuff and just talking about what it's like being like a black nerd and stuff like that. Talk about Black Panther and all this stuff. So it was good. Then I read Theirs for the Night by Katie Robert. This was my first Katie Robert. It was a short little novella. There's a lady. She ends up going home with these 2 guys who end up, one is like royalty and the other one is like his helper or whatever. And, erotica for that night. So then I read I Hate Fairyland. This little girl was like 10. She gets stuck in this amusement park called Fairyland and she can't leave. And she's in the body of like her 10-year-old self or something, but she's been there for like 30 years and she can't get out. And it was like gruesome. It was like a manga or graphic novel. It was gruesome. I gave it 3 stars. I don't think I'm going to be continuing with it. It's just, Then I read The Ancient Magus's Bride, another manga. I gave this one 3 stars. She's he's, I don't know what kind of creature he is, but she has some kind of abilities. He kind of adopts her and she's like 15, and then I guess he's raising her to like, he's like apprenticing her, but he's also wants her to be his bride, which that's weird. So I'm not going to continue with that. Then I read Under the Whispering Door. We read this with Nell and Paco. Ooh, I can't get in the camera. This was so good, so good, so good. It's like this guy dies and he's kind of like, what's the in between? It's not. purgatory or something like that. It's some kind of thing, and he's supposed to. A reaper came and got him, and he's supposed to. He's like a grumpy man. I'm not describing it very well, but it was really good. I liked House in the Cerulean Sea. I did not know that T.J. Klune was um, controversial. I didn't know the basis of House in the Cerulean Sea before I read it. And even when I had bought this, I didn't know about him, but I did enjoy that. I gave it 5 stars. Then I read The Bookwoman's Daughter. So I had already read The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek. So this is her daughter that she raised. And it was kind of very about feminism. It was just really good. I listened to that. Then I read The Grim Reaper's Lawyer. She was a lawyer, and she lost a case. One of her clients, and then as she was coming out of the courtroom, one of her clients shoots her, and then she ends up like, they have like a point system where you have this many points, you go to heaven. This You don't have that many points, you go to hell. You're right in the middle. You're stuck in this place. She's stuck in that place because she had just the right amount of evil. So she has to be a lawyer for her Grim Reaper because he is on trial because he took the wrong life of someone. And so now he's on trial and she was his lawyer. And it was good. And I have to read the second one because it ended on a cliffhanger. Then I read The Glass Castle, a memoir of Jeanette Walls. I don't know who she was. She's a writer. Her memoir was really good. It's kind of the whole Appalachian, like she was raised by. It kind of reminded me of Uneducated by Tara Westover, where they were raised by these people. They were homeschooled. Her, her, her dad was an alcoholic. Appalachian. They didn't really go to like. He didn't really take care of them like he should. They was always broke. And it was just her story, and it was really good. I think they made a movie. And Woody Harrelson was the dad, and it was really good. And I gave it 5 stars. Okay. Then Juliet Takes a Breath. Oh, this was so good. This was so good, so good. Juliet is getting ready. She just graduated, and she's gonna do an apprenticeship with this woman who wrote this book, and she wrote like this feminist excuse me, this real feminist book, and she's like really woo woo and just hippie flower child lady, right? Excuse me. And she's going to go apprentice with this woman, and Juliet is like coming out. It was just really good. I thought it was really good. I gave it 5 stars. Under the Outlaw Moon, short story. It was kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde thing, and this man and his young wife, underage young wife, it was 1930s, and they were robbing banks, and just kind of like their little spree. They didn't kill anybody, but they were stealing. And I gave that 4 stars, and I listened to that, so I don't have it. Then another book I got from the library, Big Girl. And it was a girl. She was coming of age, and it's a coming of age story in the 90s. She's a big girl. Her mom was always trying to get her to like lose weight. Her mom was trying to lose weight, and it was just like kind of like her life story. And I liked it. It was good. I gave it 4 stars. It put me. I feel like because she was in high school, and it was around the time Biggie and Tupac and all that stuff. So I feel like we were kind of like the same age. So it was nostalgic. Fatty Fatty Boom Boom was another one I read. This is the woman. She has a podcast about that man, Adnan. I don't know his name, but she has a podcast about him, the one who was accused of murdering someone. And she's a lawyer, and she just talks about how she grew up. She was like overweight. Her parents are from Pakistan, and they came to America, and how the American diet and stuff. And it's just, she's always been a little heavy, a little chunky. And it's just kind of like her relationship with food. But when I tell you this made me want to try Indian food, boy, it made me want to try Indian food. Then I read Deadly Sexy, Beverly Jenkins. This was good. This is a more recent, it's like it was a romance, but it was also like a thriller. And this one was good. Deadly Sexy. And this woman was like a sports agent or something. Sports, what was she? A sports agent, and she met this truck driver guy, and it was really good. And you know, it was really good. Then I read, let's see, Mabel, children's book, and this one is about Little Mermaid, and her whole family has mustaches, and she does not. And so she's trying to deal with that, and so it was really cute children's book. Oh, okay. Then I read The Crane Husband. I feel like I didn't really get this. Um, I feel like I didn't really understand it on the premise. I guess it was when I did some more research, it was about an abusive relationship. The girl's mom becomes gets involved with this man who was abusive, and I gave it, what did I give it, 3 stars maybe? No, I didn't rate it. I feel like I just, maybe I misunderstood it. Another IPB. Then I read The Stand by Stephen King. I had been working on this since 2022, 1,439 pages, but I finished it. It was I started this during the was it 2022? Pandemic, after the pandemic? As the pandemic wipes out 90% of the population, then there's two like kind of factions of people. There's like the people who survived the pandemic, and then there's these other, well, everybody survived it. Well, not everybody, the 10% that was left. So it's good. It was a good versus evil at the end. That's good. I mean, it was definitely could have been cut down some, but I wanted to read the unabridged version, so it was good. I read this one. Rafe, oh my God, by Rebecca Witherspoon. This was good. This was got a buff male nanny. No, loose ends. um, Black woman. She's a doctor. Her nanny just quits on her. She ends up hiring this guy who was a nanny. Um, they become romantically linked. It was good. The only thing I thought was it wasn't like really realistic, because this woman was like a doctor, and then she ends up with like the nanny, and I'm just like, but he was a good guy, so I don't want to hate on it, but I'm just like, maybe my realistic lens is like, no, that ain't gonna work. Red Legends and Lattes. I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. I thought it was great. Nice little cozy mystery. It's good. She was an orc, and she decides she's gonna open a coffee shop. The thing is, nobody in that little town knows what coffee is, so so you can imagine what happens with that. And then I did buy Bookshops and Bone Dust, which is the second one. You said, yeah. Um, no, I'm definitely gonna keep on reading. Reading, reading, Blood on the Tracks. Oh no, I'm not too much on Rafe. He could get it. He sounded like he was fine and he knew what he was doing. But I'm just mean, like, as far as, did I buy them? I'm sorry, I'm just spoiling everything. Did I buy them ending up together? I don't know. I don't know. It's because she's like a doctor and he was just kind of like aimless and stuff. But but they ended up making it work. So, but I'm gonna read the second one because like I said, I want to go to SteamyLit.com and Rebecca Witherspoon. Is it Witherspoon or Weatherspoon? She's supposed to be at SteamyLit.com. So I'm gonna buy Zinni, which is is it Zinni? The second one. Hold on. I'm gonna buy the second book and take it to have it signed. Yeah, Zinni. Okay. So that's the second one. So I'm gonna buy that and take it so I can have it signed. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna continue with it because that's her friend, and yeah. And so let me see. Oh, I'm gonna continue. Ice Planet Barbarians, the next one. Liz and Rahush, their honeymoon. It was okay. I gave it 5 stars, so I liked it. Who the F are you? This was funny. I saw this in the library. This woman, this little young girl, I shouldn't call her a woman. It's a graphic novel. It's just a coming of age of her, and she was in one community where she was like the only um she was the only Muslim girl there, like her and her family. And then they moved to Dearborn, Michigan, where it's like a bunch of Muslim kids. And she's like, I don't feel special anymore. So it's her fighting out, going through her life and and uh and dealing with that change and stuff. I'm Still Here. Black Dignity in a World Made for Whiteness by Austin Channing Brown. This was good. I listened to it. This woman, um, is a woman named Austin Brown, and her parents named her that because they wanted her to have a name that was kind of ambiguous or that kind of was like a white male kind of name. Austin was named after someone in like her last name was somebody, I guess, in their family. And they wanted a name where, it wouldn't be something so identifiable on like, applications. So they didn't want that to hinder her. That's funny. That's kind of what my husband did when we don't have children together, me and my husband. He has 4 boys, and he named them stuff that was where it was just typical like names where you wouldn't think it's associated with a black person because he didn't want that to hinder their like prospects in life. So I get it. I get it. And I read The Taming of Jesse Rose. Now, this was good. It's a historical fiction. Historical fiction. This is Beverly Jenkins, and historic. This person, Jesse Rose. This was like when I read Deadly Sexy. That was like this. This is her like great somebody. Like that's who she was named off of. So this is Jesse Rose. This was a member of her family, and the lady in Deadly Sexy is named after her because her name is Jessie Rose Blake or JT Blake. So this was kind of like going into the past, and then you could see her ancestor, and it was good. This was a good book. I read this release. It's another person that fell in love with her boss. Um, this woman is a erotica. She went to a what is the like a glory hole kind of place, and then she ended up hooking up with her boss, and then they ended up getting into a relationship out there. But yeah, this one was better than that other one, The Billionaire for a Night. But it was kind of like, you know. Thing. Then I read Schomburg, The Man Who Built a Library. It was a children's book. I had no idea who Schomburg was, but apparently he had built this great library, and he was like a scholar and stuff like that. I didn't know who he was, and apparently he had married 3 women, all named Elizabeth. 3 different, his first, second, third wife. They were all named Elizabeth. But I'll learn more about him. It was good. Blood on the Tracks 2. We're gonna keep going with that. That was good. Yellow Face. Oh my god, this was one of my best reads of the year. This was so good. I gave it 5 stars. Um, Athena, it was Athena, and it was June. Athena dies in like a freak accident, and June was with her, and then June looks over, sees her manuscript, and decides she's gonna steal it, and she's gonna, she finished it up, kind of changed some things, and presented it as her own. And this is what ensues after that. This was good. 5 stars. I loved it. It was good. Um, and I read Camp Damascus by Chuck Tingle, a young teen who was in a gay conversion camp but she didn't know about it. And they had done some really weird stuff to her. Um, but yeah, it was my first Chuck Tingle. I gave it 3 stars. It wasn't bad. It was just like, okay, what's going on here? Then I read The House on Mango Street. This was a good little book. This she was writing about her like hometown, I guess, and like it was just little stories like people in the neighborhood and stuff like that. Like, oh, this is that girl, but she wrote it like from a child's perspective. This was really good. I remember we had to read like some of the stories in this. I remember reading this in school, but when you're reading a book in school, sometimes it's just a vignette of it and it's not the full book. So I do remember seeing snippets of this from school, but I found it at a library sale and I picked it up and I bought it. Or it was either a library sale or a thrift store, and I gave it 4 stars. Um, but yeah, it was good. Then I continued on with another. This is the same woman who wrote Who the F Are You? And it's called That Can Be Arranged. So, in her family, they have arranged marriages, and this is just her meeting her husband, falling in love with him, and so it was good. I gave it 5 stars. That's when I read number 5. This was around October, so I read The Plot is Murder by V.M. Burns. If I had not seen this woman's picture, I would not have known that this was a black woman who wrote this book. Or I would not have known that the character was black. There was really no mention, kind of. But it was like she was writing this book. The character in this book, her husband had just passed, and it was their dream to open a bookshop. So she finally is able to open a bookshop, but of course it's a cozy mystery, so someone gets murdered. So she becomes an amateur sleuth, and but so she's writing. She's only she's a character in the story, but then she's also writing a book because she decides to write a mystery of her own. Um, it was good though. I gave it 3 stars. So it was good, you know. Then we get to Nana by Brandon Massey. When I tell you this book was good, this book was good. And I heard about this from Bree, the Lock Petition. I know some of you guys read this. It was crazy. It was crazy. I gave it 4 stars. I was telling my husband about this book. I was like, what in the world? But yeah, this was good. Nana, it was good. Okay. Okay, we almost done. We almost done. Then I got to number 6, Barbarian's Mate. I gave that 5 stars. Okay, so that was good. Um, then I read this one, Against the Current. Olivia Matthews. She opened a bakery. That was her like goal, her life's dream, and they opened a bakery. It's a cozy mystery. They all follow the same premise. Maybe it's a small town or something like that, or they open to start a new business or something. There's always like a food element. There's a pet. You know, it's the same. If somebody gets murdered, they become an amateur sleuth and they want to find out what happened. Then I read the second Crave, Crave 2. This is a continuation of Sky and story, and then just them get her with the reverse harem. So this was good. And if she makes a 3, I'm gonna read that because that was good too. Um, then I read 2 parts Sugar, 1 part Murder. This is the same lady who wrote The Plot is Murder. This one I like this one better. Her aunt died, or her great aunt died, and had a bakery. So she, oh my god, excuse me. She ends up going to take care of her aunt's bakery, and then she also gets her aunt's great mastiff dog, and it was cute. She learns to bake. It was cute. Oh, then I read this one, The Lesbiana's Guide to Public School. This was so good, so good, so good. You could tell. Look at all these awards. Oh my god, why can't I? All these awards. So yeah, this was good. It just came out early last year. Um, let me see. Yami, she was like kicked out of her old school, and she's gonna start this Catholic school. And she's gonna come out, and I can't tell you too much about what's going on, but this was good. I gave this how many stars? I want to say 5 stars. That was good. Um, then I read Thicker Than Water, Kerry Washington's memoir. I liked it. She told more about her life than I thought she would tell, because Kerry Washington was always a really private person, and I liked it. So I know some people didn't, but I gave it 5 stars. Um, then I read this one. This one was crazy. The Perfect Ruin. Oh my god, this one was so good. So good, so good. Um, oh, my husband's here. Oh, thank you, babe. You're my baby. But this one was good. This one, what happened? Something happened in this woman's life, and then it changed the trajectory of her life, and um, she is going after the woman who caused it. And you just got to read this because I don't want to give too much away. I gave it 5 stars. Then I read another book by this lady. Who the who the F cares? Another book about her. This one, her family, they took a trip to Disney, and it was really cute. Let me see. Oh, Heather's here. Heather, I am so happy that you are back on YouTube. I was looking. I swear, me and some other. I think it was me and Courtney, and we were like, "Where is Heather? We haven't seen her in a while." And then you popped up with a few videos, and I was like, "Oh, okay, she's back." So we're glad that you're back. But Who the F Cares was good. um, and I've been watching your shorts. They've been really good. Yep, that's him. It's him. He hears me in here. Let's see. The title. Yeah, because her name is Huda Fami. And that's why she gets Huda F. And she said, my mom hates the title of this. She's like, just so you know, my mom hates them. But they're funny. Mm, and then I read Bitter by Akweki Amezi. And I also have the Vivek Oji book too. But I read Bitter, and I read Bitter. It was okay to me. Again, I don't know if it's just me and I'm just not. It was just okay to me. It was like in the future. So I don't know really what happened to their world, but they're at this special school, and Bitter has this ability when she paints stuff, she can make the creatures in her paintings come to life. And they were fighting like the injustice in that world, and I gave it 3 stars because I wanted to know what happened, how the world got this way, and and I wanted to know more. But mm, then I read Leslie Effing Jones. So good, so funny. I listened to it, 5 stars. I did a review on it. She narrated it herself, so good. Leslie Effing Jones, really good. Then I read this one, Sue and Tai-Chan. This person has this cat. This is Sue. This is Tai-Chan. So he has Sue. I think he pet sits for someone, or I don't know. Did he pet sit or somebody left it? Um, Let me see. Hold on. What happened? Oh, okay. Oh no, somebody gave him this cat, and then it's just Sue getting used to Tai-Chan being in her space because she's an older cat, and Tai-Chan wants to play, and she's like over it. But it was really cute, and the pictures are so good. It made Sue very expressive. It's so good. It was cute. It was cute. That was another one. What did I give that? I didn't rate that one. Oh, I forgot to take this one down. Oh no, I didn't. Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay. Um, this was good. I've been reading a lot of feminist books. It's just hard with Roxane Gay because she was raped when she was young. It was very graphic and stuff, so it's hard to read that because and then she will go back and tell about it, like she did that in Hunger, and then she did that in this book. And she will go back and recount that. That's kind of hard. So, but other than that, she talks about all kinds of things. She talks about um, what is just her. She's a professor now, and just different things. This was good. So I gave it 4 stars. Then I read IPB7. Let me see. Okay. Hi, Christina. Okay, IPB7. That was good. I gave it 5 stars. You see, oh yeah, you had to come back because we was looking for you. All right, let's see, whatever. So that was number 7. Then I read this one. It was a little kids book. It's called Claude and Pepper. It was just two little dogs. The children's book. It was at the library. I didn't rate it. Blood on the Tracks 3. You have to keep continuing Blood on the Tracks because it gets crazier and crazier. And then you're like, well, I can't just leave it there. So then you keep going. Then I read another cozy mystery. I was in my cozy mystery bag. I read Death Overdue by Alison Brooks. This woman, she went to live with her aunt and her uncle, and she gets a job at the library, and she becomes like later the head of like the events, because then the person who had that job, they moved away, and so she got a promotion. And then there was a murder that happened years ago, and the the detective is coming back to talk to them about the murder, but then she gets really interested and she wants to find out what happened. And also she's being visited by a ghost in the library is um who's been there, who is related to one of the other people who works in the library. But it was good. I'll continue with the second, but I'm not in a rush. But it was good. Ice Planet Holiday. The humans have decided, like, they really miss like Christmas and all the holidays that they used to have. So they decide we're going to have a holiday, and we're going to just have like a celebration, and we're going to have a holiday. And what would the guys call it? She was trying, one of the girls was trying to explain mistletoe to the alien, and he was like, okay, and we hold the mistletoe, and we put it up, and then you kiss under it. And so he misconstrues it, and now he's grabbing leaves, and he's like throwing giving them to her, like, here, like, thinking like, okay, now where's my kiss, like. But it was really cute. It was really cute. So they decided to have a holiday with the aliens. But that one was cute. I read Worthy. I never had a problem with Jada Smith. She gets a lot of hate. I don't have a problem with her. I never had an issue with her. I mean, she's fine. And the way I see it, and people are like, oh, Will looks so unhappy in that marriage. That is a grown ass man. If he don't want to be married with her to her, or he has some issues with her, and he has enough resources and enough agency to be out of that marriage if he wants to. If he's not trapped with her. So, and he made a conscious decision to marry her, and he's not perfect either. So, I haven't read Will yet, but um, it's not gonna be no. She hasn't done anything for me to not like her. I mean, I liked her story, and I want to clear the air. She has said her and Tupac were never romantically in a relationship. They were just friends. I don't know why people would be saying, "Oh, she's in love with him." I don't know, but she has said that they did not have a relationship. They were just friends. So I wish people would stop. Then this one, I read Blood on the Tracks 4. Mom is unhinged. Mom's a little cuckoo. Then I read really good actually. I remember seeing this on Book of the Month. It was one of the books. I'm glad I didn't get it. I got it from the library. I gave it 3 stars. It was this woman. She's getting a divorce from her husband. There was no cheating. There was no affairs. There was nothing like that. They just, I guess, grew apart. It was one of those things where they got married because, like, okay, you've been dating for a while. This is what you do. You just get married, right? So it was kind of like that kind of situation. She was insufferable. The main character, she just she was just. Of course, you're gonna grieve your marriage ending, but it, he was not a bad guy. She was just. I gave her three. I gave it 3 stars, and like I said, I wish she. It was kind of like the other book, but I wish she would have done some work on herself. Like, okay, my marriage ended. Let me find some hobbies or let me do something to better my life. She just kind of wallowed and just. And the guy, not that he wasn't a bad guy, but he wasn't. It was like he was just there. So I'm like, what did you even love about this guy? He was just the way you're describing your relationship. Like it doesn't even seem like it was that bad, that great for you to be all mourning the loss of it. But I don't know. What do I know? Then I read having the barbarian's baby. That's 6.1. So this is Megan. Megan is getting ready to have her baby. And they didn't really talk about her story. They only talked about her story in this book. She's really whiny. But, I'd probably be whiny too if I got uprooted from Earth and now I'm on this planet where it's cold all the time and I'm gonna have my baby and I probably miss some things on Earth. So yeah, I'd probably be whiny too. But it was good. Then I read, oh no, oh, I left it up there. Oh my gosh. I read Lessons in Chemistry. I loved it. I got the UK cover. I loved it. I was crying because something happens and I was crying and I appreciated Elizabeth Zott so much and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I watched the show. The show was good. Um, the one thing they did with the show was they changed one of the characters, the neighbor, her friend. They changed and made her black. She wasn't black in the book, and then they put like a racial element of it in it, and that wasn't in the book. But they had creative license to do so. But then I read Calm, another Ice Planet Barbarian book. Um, one of the ladies, one of the alien ladies, is a healer. Malak, she's a healer, and she has this feeling that something is about to happen. She's about to have a baby, but she's going around checking everybody to see, like, I feel like something bad is going to happen, and this is like the calm before the storm. Um, she's right. Eventually, something does happen, but she's like going around and checking everybody. Now, my thing is this: Malak is the healer, right? Did she get born into being a healer, or what? And what happens if something happens to her? Who is the healer? Is you have to be born with that gift, or can she get an apprentice, or what is going? If something happens to her, what happens? I don't know. That's what I want to know. But we're almost done. We're almost done. Um, then I read Barbarians Taming. This was whose story? Oh, Maddie's story, I believe. Then Aftershocks. It's another side novel. So there was an earthquake, and this is what happens after that. Then I read, okay, Blood on the Tracks, Volume 6. I need to get number 7. I think this is as far as I made it. Um, okay. And then American Queen, Sierra Simone. Like I said, I don't enjoy this. I didn't enjoy this as much as I enjoyed the pre-series. Some weird shit in there, but I gave it 3 stars. I still like Sierra Simone. I just didn't. This one wasn't it. And then the last book I read was Barbarian's Heart, which was number 9. And those were the books that I read in 2023. That was 115 books. My goal was 75. Um, I have never read 115 books in a year. So I am really happy about that. But yeah, this year I made my goal 52, a book a week. And I've already got to I'm filmed. I'm doing a live. I've already got to my goal is only 52 books this year, and I've already read 4. So I'm trying to do 1 book a week, and yeah. Um, but yeah, those were my books I read in 2023. I've been on here for almost 2 hours. Oh my god! But I want to thank you guys for showing up. This is my bookshelf. These are my books. These are the ones I haven't read, and they're double stacked. So, oh, this one I'll need to get to this year, 1984. I'm trying to get to that this year. But yeah, he's double stacked. But yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So I am going to head out. I know that other people are like sprinting. I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to get me some breakfast. And I'm going to chill out. Oh, I read Pet too. I don't know if I talked about that. I did. I must have skipped that one, but I did read Pet too. Um, which one? I did like Pet better, but Pet. I think maybe she wrote Pet first, and Pet was like the first book, but then Bitter was like .5. So I think she went back and did a prequel. Um, but I think I read Bitter first. I was reading them kind of both at the same time, but I finished Bitter first. I don't think I like Bitter as a character. I think that was my problem. I don't know. Something about her, I didn't feel I wasn't really endeared to her. But um yeah, I don't know. I didn't love it like people did. Excuse me. Let me get up. I wanted to show you guys. I also have oh I have this one too. So that's the same author, I believe, isn't it? Yeah, same author. So yeah, get to that one too. And yeah, but did I mention it? Okay. But yeah, but yeah, but thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you guys in another stream. I'm gonna see you guys on somebody else's stream. All right, thanks, and watch the replay if you didn't catch it in the beginning. Watch the replay, and yeah, I'm gonna go get my coffee. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you. You too.